who inspired you to pursue your research?
In fact, not a specific person.
Good day, everyone. It's a great honor to welcome you to today's seminar. We are delighted to be here with you. Before our guest, as you see on the screen, takes the floor. So Patron Technical College is recognized as one of the top 3 vocational schools in Siem Reap Province, according to the Ministry of Interior. As a teacher from Hong Kong, I'm proud to bring international perspectives to our students since 2017, ensuring that our students receive a proper educational experience to prepare them for success in today's increasingly meticulous and complex world. Today, we're thrilled to announce BTC's first scholarship fund made possible through the generosity of Dr. Sio Ka-I. The scholarship is dedicated to recognizing and rewarding students who demonstrate outstanding academic achievements. Dr. Sio is an esteemed young scholar born and raised in Macau. She completed her undergraduate and postgraduate studies at the Chinese University of Hong Kong, and she earned her doctoral degree from Durham University in the United Kingdom. Her research focuses on the fascinating realms of media and sociocultural phenomena. Beyond her academic achievements, Dr. Sio exemplifies the spirit of compassion and action. I remember in 2017, during the aftermath of Typhoon Hato, Dr. Sio used her online influences, and with the help of dedicated volunteers, she successfully organized the delivery of several tons of emergency supplies from Hong Kong to Macau in just 2 days. Her efforts were a testament to the power of humanity and community, and her scholarship will be available to BTC regular students starting in 2025, and we look forward to seeing how it inspires and supports our students on their educational journeys. Without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Sio Ka-I to the seminar.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction and also for the invitation. I'm so happy that I can have a chance to share my story with you, my study abroad story from Macau to the world, a journey of discovery. As mentioned, I was born and raised in Macau, so the whole story actually began in Macau. To most people in the world, I think Macau is just a tiny city, famous for gaming, and for the casino that I show in the, and also some may also know that the city has a rich cultural history, like the St. Paul Church in the cultural heritage. But beyond that, not much information about Macau circulated on a global scale. Macau is my hometown. Even though now I'm living in Hong Kong, Macau is my hometown. I was born and raised in there, spending the first 18 years of my life in this small yet lovely place. I never, little Elvis, never imagined that living Macau when I was a child, even though I fully understood that Macau is just a tiny place and with limited job opportunities. But to me at that time, satisfactory enough. As they introduced, I left Macau and for the further studies, and you can see that how I changed my mind. The perspective changed when I was around 15, and the turning point was joining the debate team in the school. Before joining the team, debate meant to me was just public speaking with confidence. That's it, in front of lots of people. That's it. That is something that an introverted person like me the fear most. That's why I joined the team, hoping for learning some skills to speaking properly. But after I joined the team, I realized that debate was not only about how to speaking in front of lots of people, but how to develop your point and also how to critically review the world around you. And luckily, at that time, right after I joined the team, the school decided to offer some funds to enhance or to develop the extracurricular activity in the team, so that the team got some money to organize some friendly match with the school in Macau and also in Hong Kong. And also different tours were organized to facilitate the idea exchange among the students. The student in Macau, in Hong Kong, and we can have some exchange tour so that we can live together for 1 to 2 days to have some idea exchange. Therefore, I got the chance to interact with the student from Hong Kong. I noticed that students from Hong Kong, regardless of their school, the level of their school, just a background information, school in Hong Kong divided in 3 bands, band 1 and band 2 and band 3 for the band 1s that I consider as the best school in Hong Kong. So regardless of their banding in Hong Kong, all of them appears far mature than than the student. By mature, I mean that not only the terms in terms of the knowledge they had, but also the understanding of the society. I know nothing. They just actively raise their hand and share their ideas. Oh, I know. I agree with you. I'm sharing my point. I was just sitting there. Oh, good point. I agree with you. Okay. Then no more things I can say because I know nothing about the world. And that's why all of this was shocking to me. I couldn't believe that people in my age would be that different in their fields and experience. Maybe it's time for me to change. Then change become a permanent idea in my mind, and I started considering leaving Macau to explore the world during my 4 years at university. At that time, I was at the last 2 to 3 years at my secondary school, so I have 2 to 3 years to plan for my future at that time. And the idea of changing appears. I plan to leave Macau for 4 years to explore the world. And that's the first time that leaving Macau became my goal or my aim. However, I didn't have a clear concept about where I should go, just where I could go. My only goal is that see the world and then go back to Macau and then find a stable job. But the first struggle is where should I go? Where could I go? Because at the very beginning, I decided to stay in Macau, and my family agreed that so that not so many financial planning or budget has been allocated to my study abroad. Staying in Macau became my first option, and I can apply for the University of Macau and see whether I can have some chance to apply for some exchange programs. That means I will mostly stay in Macau for 3 years and then 1 year for going exchange. It might be not have the most ideal option, but that can be the most easy option for all my family members because you won't spend too much money, and I can also take on some part-time job during my study. And the second option was Taiwan. At that time, Taiwan was a popular option for the Macau student. The tuition fee there was reasonable, and also there are a lot of Macau students large community of Macau students has been established in Taiwan. Similar cultural background and also the reasonable tuition fee. And then Taiwan became the second best choice. The last option was Hong Kong. All my inspiration come from the student in Hong Kong. So Hong Kong became a possible choice. Hong Kong, yes, was close to Macau than Taiwan, which means that I could return home easily. However, the tuition fee and the living costs in Hong Kong were significantly higher than those in Taiwan and Macau. And that's why it became a burden. And after several rounds of discussion, my parents ultimately decided that the university in Hong Kong might be the best choice. And also with governmental grant successfully applied for, finally chose the Chinese University of Hong Kong. And that's why I settled my struggle. But right after I joined the CUHK, I experienced what cultural shock really means. Many local students had joined the CUHK that had performed exceptionally well in their public examination. And in fact, my acceptance into the university was not based on my academic performance. My academic performance in the secondary school is was just on average or so. In fact, it was based on my involvement in the extracurricular activities such as the debate team I joined and the reading club. This point was approved by the professor that interviewed me at that time of the years of my graduation. I had a chat with him, and then he confirmed that we accept you not only because of your academic results, okay? And I was like, you can imagine how stressed I felt at that time because my academic result is not as good as them. They are well trained for the local for the public examination. I remember that at the first time I joined the exam at the university, and they just keep raising their hand, add paper, and I was like, I was still working on my first page. How can you add paper? So
it's a trick. Sometimes we didn't really have many things to write.
Keep on writing. Keep focus on your writing. Just don't pay attention. Raise hand. And I realized that they are so well prepared for the assignment and the public exam. And also my English skills were evidently weaker than them. And most importantly, they were very familiar with the system. Every single chance to apply for the internships, exchange programs, and seize opportunity to enhance their CVs. Okay, they are the most aggressive one to do any task then they consider can benefit. So while I'm just simply focused on taking the course that interested me, some of them might be assured that cannot get a good result. Somehow we say the professor is a killer. That means that you can never get a good grade from him or her. I also took the course because I was like, okay, this course is quite interesting. Then I want to give yourself a try. Then I just get it. Okay. And of course, I was doing okay at that time. You can imagine that my academic performance was just average because so many killers appear in my. And in fact, in my first...
send our sharing to them, see what they think after some.
I'm so generous to you. I don't kill you that much. Actually, only because of your poor performance. They moved.
Now you're doing all great. They couldn't really kill you.
And in my third year, some of my close friends graduated. Here, I would like to provide some background information why 3 years later they graduate and I still live in the school, remaining in the school. That's why I need to go for a 4-year bachelor degree program. And that's why they graduate and I'm the remaining one that stay in the school. And I suddenly realized that I have only 1 year left before entering the workplace. And I was like, oh, so many killer. And my GPA was like, oh, how to accept that. But after much consideration, then I just decided about what should I do in the future. Passion in doing the research. Why not try to apply for the Master of Philosophy degree? It would teach me how to do the research, and also I'm interested in the general topics. The MPhil degree was fully funded, as you can imagine. A student with so academic results and with poor English presentation skills won't be accepted by the school, and that's why I was rejected. And I still remember that the date announced the result release was the 14th February. On the Valentine's Day, it became a bit of nightmare for me. On that day of the rejection means that I need to face another struggle. Okay, and you can see I finally get graduate from the CUHK, but lots of struggle. Then I need to face the first struggle. I was left to wonder whether I should return to Macau or stay in Hong Kong and reapply the program in the following years, find a stable job, and settle down. Original plan before joining the CUHK. But in fact, after the 4 years training in CUHK, I want to study further and apply for the master program, explore a wider world. First option is go back to Macau, find a job, and settle down. And the second option is stay in Hong Kong. But stay in Hong Kong means that I need to find a place because I cannot get the fully funded program of the MPhil. That I need to find a place to stay in Hong Kong and I'm ready to support myself. That means I need to find a job. And if I decide to work, that means I will lose the chance to continue my studies because it's hard for the student to keep working and also keeps applying for the MPhil degree. And that's why at the final stage of the loss of consideration and loss of my negotiation with my family and also the partner at that time, I decided to stay in Hong Kong. I chose to find a job and apply for a part-time Master of Arts. The fully funded program is the Master of Philosophy. And that time I applied for a Master of Arts, MA. It might not be a good choice for me. Maybe the rejection means that I'm not qualified enough. I'm not ready for MPhil degree. I go for MA1, equip myself, keep myself in the pool, an MA degree, and also a part-time, and also a full-time job. Go to the university right after my off from work, and then just rush the bus and then go to the university to have my lessons. 2 years, I get my master degree and also 2 years of working experience. So wonderful. And the first left one is that I work in a publisher as an editor and also a journalist. And the photo was taken in the Hong Kong Book Fair. And the middle one is some interview job that my college took a photo for me. And the right-hand side is I leave the publisher and then join an IT company as a marketing executive, also working for some part-time or freelance journalist for some media outlet. I work as an editor, journalist, and also a marketing executive in there. And the aim for all these jobs is just saving money for my longer journey. Here comes another turning point. The reason why I want to quit my job because I'm approaching my 30th birthday, 13th. And somehow I mark it as a bench that whether I should still working in the IT company and for the remaining of life, then I can foresee that I will get promoted and not bad outcome if I stayed at that IT company. But I realized that an academic career without PhD would be really possible if people doesn't start their planning of academic year. That leads to another struggle to me. So I stay at the IT company and climb the career ladder, or I should leave this comfort zone, be the last chance to explore the world. I leave the job, quit the job, and then I'll find for PhD program, different countries. I researched all the potential supervisors and research and reach out to them through the email. It means that send them email one by one to have the self introduction to them, and then let them know what I'm doing and why I'm interested to be supervised by them. Send an email one by one, and I get keep sending the email to the who I am, then and what I'm doing, but just try to send them the emails. Let them know that there's a person in Hong Kong that want to be supervised by you. And after 2 to 3 months, I received a positive response from a professor in the Durham University. And I also applied for a scholarship from Macau, and that's why I get the scholarship. Lucky enough to get the scholarship, and I get the offer from the Durham University. I can further pursue my study abroad experience, and you can see lecture, library, lots of library and paper, paper and books. And at the time I left Hong Kong was the first day of 2020. At that time, I planned to stay in the UK for 3 to 4 years, staying in UK, focus on my writing of my thesis. Or as you can remember, at the first quarter of the 2020s, the whole world need to encounter the pandemic, and also the UK. So right after I get adapted to the living place in the UK, and I meet my supervisor for 2 to 3 times, they suddenly locked down. All the face-to-face course was cancelled, and we can only have the online courses. And that means that I need to handle not only my academic writing, my learning, protect myself, avoiding exposure to the virus at that time. And that's why I chose the photo. At that time, at the very beginning, I don't have the mask, putting all my clothes on me, and then just cover my mouth, and then go to the supermarket. How the facilities to prevent the people getting too close in the supermarket.
Having the social distancing, right?
Yeah, social distancing. And during the middle of my PhD program, I returned to Hong Kong to conduct the fieldwork and collect data, doing some interview with the different parties that to cover my tuition fee. I decided to apply for different jobs to support myself. University as an executive assistant at that time, and also as a full-time student. That situation continued for around 2 years. In the last 6 months before the submitting my essay, then I quit my job to focus and complete on writing. I go back to the UK. So I spent 2 years in Hong Kong during my PhD. First part and second part around another 1 year in the UK. And finally, I'm fortunate enough to get my degree. And that's why reflecting on my PhD journey, what I learned was not just about the theory, but how to tackle the different challenges independently. Different challenges happen at the same time, and you need to tackle it. How to protect yourself, how to meet the deadline, how to meet different deadline, how to balance between your job and also the essay writing, how to have good time management, all that need to handle, because you are only the one who can decide whether you go on writing or just go for a movie, go for drinks, or just focus on writing, leaving the wonderful work behind you and then just focus on your writing. I wouldn't say that I'm particularly careful or wise to have this, to achieve this degree. But however, I would acknowledge that I was lucky enough to receive many help and support from those around me. Even with my desire to explore the world, achieving the goal that would have never been more difficult. I would have some suggestions or just some ideas I want to share with you how to tackle or how to go for your dreams if you want to. The first one is embrace discomfort. For example, when I was like 15 years old, living the comfort zone Macau was not that easy. When I was like 2019, I was working in an IT company at that time, staying in that comfort zone is the most easiest thing to spend on my life, my living of life, because earning money is not that difficult at that time. Had a stable working environment and a stable team. You need to prioritize whether you want to do or whether you need to do it, and you are the only one who can decide. And also stay curious, always keep questioning everything, and the build connection. And also the last part and the most important part is trust yourself. You are most capable or more than you think. You can do the things that you can do step by step. You can discover that you are much more capable than you think. The last and every single time when I walk past it billboard or the signage that showed in the roads that I need to go through when I go from the university to my hostel. And every single time during the night when I saw this, thanks to remind myself that only you can write the next page, not only in terms of the essay, but also your life. That's why I take this photo and just keep it as the wallpaper of my phone. Only you can write the next page. No more YouTube video, but just go for writing for a journal article. That's all my sharing today, and thank you all for your listening. And also here's my email address, then you can feel free to send me any questions if you want to.
Thank you so much for Dr. Sio's your generous sharing. Our audience, including our students and parents and members in the communities, actually learn a lot from your own experience. If you have any burning questions you would like to ask her, please feel free to email her. Of course, whether she can manage all of the time to answering your emails, that's another question. So that's her issue. Again, thank you. Speaking of burning questions that I would really like to ask for myself or on behalf of the students and the members in the SIMRIP community, let's go through them one by one and hear what insights and guidance that Dr. Seals would give us. I would like to know who inspired you to pursue your research in media and socio-cultural phenomena.
In fact, not a specific person. The working experience, I work in Hong Kong, editor, and also a journalist, and also a freelance journalist. At that time, I was lucky enough to work with different, and I was like, they were so amazing because the media 4 to 5 years ago, that make a step closer to that, make the research about this. But the whole industry or the people that I met in Hong Kong and finished interested, that inspired me to go for my research.
What challenges did you face during your academic journey, and how did you overcome them?
How to manage my time well. I used to have different tasks simultaneously when I'm working on my PhD and also my master degree. When I was at my master degree, I work a full-time job as an editor in the publisher, and that's why I need to meet different deadline for the magazine publishing, and also my deadline for submitting the assignment. And in my PhD journey, also the dual identity, full-time employer in the university as an executive assistant, full-time student, also need to meet different deadlines. Time management to me is a very challenging thing. Sacrifice your entertainment, no movie. And that's why you need to learn how to prioritize your things around you. For those you can just handle it in a short time. But if you prefer staying them for the very last moment, you need to know the outcome, consequence of meeting the deadline. You need to have a clear idea about this. For those for those that are not that important, just ignore it. For example, going for a movie, all the entertainment at that time was really low entertainment at that beautiful you. You need to learn time management, prioritize the things surrounding you.
Your sharing reminded me about you have participated in quite a lot of extracurricular activities. Can you share any tips of balancing academic responsibilities and extracurricular activities effectively?
I may not be a good role model to answer this question because at that time I paid a lot of attention to the extracurricular activity and just keep my academic results just like above the passing line. I would just like learn how to do the things wisely, trying to distribute the work around you and let them done by other person that are more capable of you. That means that not take all the task on your own. Try to cooperate with the people around you. Try to make the job distribution and then let them help you ease your burden and then just focus on your academic performance. And you still need to bear the responsibility of the curriculum activities, but you can spend more time if you choose to cooperate with other people.
And what advice would you give to students considering study abroad, especially in the UK or Hong Kong?
Most important thing is the English level. As you can see, my English level at the university time was not that good. Several times forgetting the satisfactory results, forgetting in entering the Durham. If you plan to study abroad, for example, in UK or Hong Kong, learn English is very, very, very important. And I can say that is the first step for you to make this choice, at least at that time. And at this moment, it's still a very important stepstone for you to enter university around the world. 99% of them are using English as a teaching medium for the good ranking university. That I will make the suggestion to you.
Thank you for sharing your experience. I do think it really isn't a must. For example, you're from Macau and I am from China, and really isn't guaranteed that we are okay in English. It really takes time and dedication and a lot of effort, sacrificing, or if you are funny enough, like learn some more English during entertainment, like movies and books, From your experience, at least we can fathom the idea that being able to use English smoothly is very important and it works internationally. How can vocational students, most of us are looking for a diploma, a higher diploma, that preparing ourselves to be skilled and apply our knowledge and skills at workspace. Do you have any opinions to our vocational students to develop international perspectives and the skills for the global job market, given there might not enough jobs available then maybe I need to explore and go to other cities, other provinces, even other countries for more opportunities?
Oh, this is a very good question. I think stepping in the global market means there are two approaches for us to getting into the global market. The first step is having a good language skill, and have a global perspective, knowing what is happening in the world. And this part, in fact, can be tackled by keep curiosity, reading the newspaper, the social media, or the media can help in this part if you want to know about what the world is going on. And the second part is how to be a person how to be a good team player, not only good at handling your tasks, but also comfortable with a remote working mode, not physically working at a specific place. Stay in your home, work with other people. Distant learning or distant working or the work from home might become a very popular job nature or job mode. And this part, you need to somehow learn how to deal with other people, different cultural background, different working practice, and even different working hours. You need to have a global perspective that I'm working with people around the world. Try to have a different mindset that the world is changing and you don't have a work that really go to that place but can work remotely.
You've mentioned about the importance of time management and having a different, or let's say advanced mindset to face the challenges. Would you further elaborate, or are there any other qualities that you think are most important for students to develop in order to succeed in today's fast changing world?
You can more focus on how to get along with working with the AI. Let AI work for you. Even though my English is not at a native level, but with the help of AI, then you can still write an article like native. Okay. So make use of the AI somehow can help you to do a lot of things. And the other point is making use of AI or get to the AI technology or the new technology has only 24 hours. But with the help of AI, that can help you to save some time and really focus on something that really need your concentration. Leave the task for AI, let them handle for you, and then you really work on the part, lead your effort, gain a better outcome. I cannot guarantee that you can get the best outcome for you and gain a better outcome. At least you can have some time to rest.
Wow, I'm so thrilled that actually both of the host and the guest speaker are naturally inclined about the importance of utilizing AI tools. So students, if you want to have unlimited access for paid version of tools like such as ChatGPT or POE, pay attention to our school program, and then we can assist you with that. In your opinion, how can students identify their strengths and choose the right career path based on their interest and skills? Oh, wow, maybe the market needs accountants, so I study accounting. How can students help themselves do this as well?
Most of my students in the university ask me this question, how can I find a dream job and my ideal job? And I will usually tell them, okay, don't assume too much. Don't assume that you are loving this kind of job before leaving the school, leaving the university. Before joining the real workplace, all of the job is just imagined by you. Although, I mean, it's just about imagination that you get from the media or TV program or something like circulated in the internet. That all shape your imagination or ideas about that kind of job. But in fact, what really important is that you need to enter the workplace, have some choice, taste the water, and then you can really know whether it suits you or not. For example, you imagine that you might be a good accountant because you are good at mathematics. But in fact, being a good accountant is not meaning only good at mathematics, but lots of other techniques that you should equip yourself before joining the team. Go for a try. Apply for some internship or some whether it's paid or unpaid or non-paid. Go for some internship and see for some chance that you can really work in the workplace and feel it. And then you can tell yourself whether I love it or not. And try to not say it, but just to feel it. Then you can eventually develop your interest and also your path, but just not pen based on some imagination or some content based on the media. Trying to establish your idea after having some touch with specific dimension. I don't know.
Internships or opportunities or the trial period before the students finish their bachelor's degrees, what role do scholarships, as the one that you provided, play in shaping a student's academic and personal growth? The fundings or the resources that you can apply for, And then the second part would be you as the first scholarship patron of our school, BTC. Why do you do that? Did you have too much money so that you just give it out some randomly? Or what do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm an example that funded by the scholarship that allows me to go for the university, not only in Hong Kong but also in UK. So to me, scholarship is a chance that can help the people with the aim of with the desire to go for the aims, but not fully financially ready enough. That can be a chance that can help them to get a closer step to that dream. Because I'm still working as a lecturer in Hong Kong. But the reason why I want to make this scholarship because I can feel the power of education. I think education is somehow a way to changing people's life. And I will feel a pity if people are blocked by the money and cannot get further closer to their dream. That's why I would like to offer this, try to contribute it can help other people. That might be a most satisfactory way in my life.
Thank you so much on behalf of our students. I really do hope they take the opportunities. You've mentioned that you've been actually teaching in the university in Hong Kong. Can you share some of your experience with the current younger generations? So they're your students. What do you think about them? How do you and your students communicate or get along with each other within the your professional career?
This is a very interesting question. To me, the most iconic characteristic of this teen young people is that their span of attention is very, very, very short. Okay, what I mean is very short is due to two reasons. The first one is the appearance of the social media, and you know that TikTok, social media, or Instagram reels, all of these are made for a very short attention time, 15 seconds for a movie. And we are living in a world in that speed, high speed. Our teenager or young people get used to that high speed and they cannot focus on topics or issues for a long time. I used to make some interaction or just some chit chat during the lesson with them after explaining a long idea for 20 minutes or 30 minutes maximum. And then I will have some chit chat for them. I try to get their attention back. Come on, come back to the classroom, even though you are daydream. Try to have some refreshing time for them to get their attention. And the second point for span of attention time, because of the COVID, they are get used to for the Zoom learning, Zoom meeting, online communication. But have the Zoom meeting or Zoom learning or Zoom lesson, they are paying attention to the slides, but in fact they are playing the mobile phone and having some other website browsing. So they cannot focus on a long or serious topic. But to me, it's not a negative description. If they cannot focus for a long time, then their attention for a short time on one specific issue can be very strong. So to me, it's a question to me how to switch this short but powerful attention time into something that can really help them. I believe that if they can turn this into something that can help into their career, that might be a very powerful strength for them. What I can do is just try to get the attention back by adding some chit chat and try to let them know that is your feature or your characteristic. Is your difference between you and the Gen Y and also the baby boomer. You need to have a key idea about your nature and try to think about how to develop it. You need to know about your strength or not disadvantage, but your nature and try to transform it.
Wow, that really is something that teacher or in the situation, a lecturer in the university, through your real life experience day to day. As you mentioned about time management, your contribution organization of different voluntary activities, how can we or you previously as students contribute to our communities? We want to do good things. We want to contribute to our communities. There are many while pursuing academic and professional excellence. How do you do both?
A very key point is that don't take everything for granted. If you're privileged enough to have the time to study, just think about those who cannot work or study. And if you can develop this kind of empathy, then you will know that capable of helping other people. For example, just like what I've mentioned in the previous question, be a patron and establish a scholarship, not really because that I'm rich enough, but because I want to spend a little part, contribute my little part to help other people. Even though you cannot help other people in terms of money, then you can just you might just think about how to use your time to help them to tackle different things. For example, offering them a hand in taking care of the babies, or even taking care of younger children, or maybe just helping them to read the newspaper and share the news, share something you know that also helps. Contribution is not just limited in terms of money, but all the things that you can do to other people that you are willing to and you're happy to do so. Participating in the communication relies on the effort you pay, but also the time and also the love that you can contribute.
Thank you so much. And those voluntary hours can be redeemed into other benefits and international experiences. We would love to be part of your journey as well. You already have this intent, this idea that you want to do some good at your spare time. And thank you again, Dr. Sio, for your invaluable insights and the inspiring stories that you shared with us today. I hope everyone found meaningful takeaways and ideas. This concludes our seminar for today. We look forward to hosting more exciting educational activities with you in the future. Please stay tuned for our latest announcement. And thank you all for joining and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you, Dr. Sio. Have a nice day.
Nice day.